Hey there team, welcome to DTech. In this Asana tutorial, we're going to be discussing how to create and assign tasks in Asana. To start, we're going to need to begin in a project. So I'm going to head over to Noah Castillo's onboarding, which is a project we're using to track new hire onboarding materials. Here at the top, the easiest way to add a task is by clicking the Add Task button. Let's say the new hire is going to need the necessary software installed. So I'll type in install necessary software. Once I'm done, I can assign that to a particular user. Let's say I assign this to Julia. I can give that task a due date, and I can set a priority. Priority and point of contact fields you see here are both custom fields we've set for the project. The second way to add a task is by heading directly under any set of tasks in your list. You can click Add Task, and that will prompt you to enter in a new title. Let's say the next thing we need to do is set up Cisco virtual phone. I'll assign that to Julia as well, and I'll set a due date of next week. I can also set a priority. So I'm just setting all the custom fields for any tasks that I'm including in my list. Let's add one more. And my favorite way to add a task is by heading to the end of any title and hitting Enter. And this is an easy way if you have to add multiple tasks at once. So for example, obtain user credentials from IT, enter, order new computer hardware. And that quickly creates tasks as you're typing. I'll go back and assign these to the necessary individuals. And of course, set due dates and fill in any of the custom fields that I've set. So that is how we can add tasks a few ways. Now, one of the things we can do in an Asana list is categorize our tasks and organize them. So one of the things you'll notice, of course, is we have different sections for forms and paperwork and benefits and meetings and communication. It's a really nice way to organize all the action items. And you can even collapse them so that you get easier viewing and a little bit more screen real estate if needed. So let's create a new section by heading to the drop-down arrow next to Add Task and Add Section. I'm going to call this one IT. Enter. Notice it prompts me for a new task underneath that section. Now what I would like to do is I can certainly create new tasks as we just learned how to do, but I can also hover over some of these tasks I've already created and move them to another section in my list. So for example, I would think necessary software and Cisco virtual phone and the ones I just added, those would be suitable underneath the IT section. So I'll click and I'll drag to IT. I'll do the same for the virtual phone, obtaining credentials, and computer hardware. And you'll notice also, once I have a few tasks in my section, I can choose which order I want it to appear. Now, another powerful feature in Asana is the ability to add subtasks to a parent task. So, for example, let's say we go to Install Necessary Software. I can click on this to open up the details on the right side pane. You'll notice I have the option to add subtasks, and I can do so doing the same functions I did on the last screen. So for example, let's say I need to add Microsoft Office to that person's system. If I press Enter, it prompts me to create another subtask. So I'll add a few more tasks here, like a learning management system that we need to set them up with, Asana access, Salesforce access, and one more. How about Adobe Creative Cloud? Perfect. So I have all my subtasks in here. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that as I created these, over on the left-hand side, that task for install necessary software, which is the parent task, now has an arrow to the left of it that will enable me to expand the subtasks within it so that I can see them at a glance within the list view. Additionally, you'll see an icon with the number 5 and branching, and that is indicating I have 5 subtasks underneath this main task. Now, another favorite thing that I love about subtasks is if I expand this one more time, I don't have to work in that details pane in order to add more. I can click here, press enter, and I can add anything as needed. Lastly, let me show you what it looks like to add tasks within your My Tasks view. Over in the top left-hand corner on my left sidebar, I'm going to hit My Tasks, and this is going to bring up a list of all of the tasks that are assigned to just me across all the projects I'm a collaborator in. So to add a task, I can click the blue Add Task button and write a task name. So let's say I need to remind Julia about the IT new hire ticket. I can set a due date. And then here I can set which projects I want this task to be a part of. I can set my task to be a standalone task just for me to view within my tasks view, so that nobody else can see this. It's just something I'm working on. Additionally, I can further organize the tasks within my own view by adding sections. Let's say I call this one Reminders, and notice it prompts me to add a task there. This section is exclusive to me. No one else can see this, and so I can click and drag down to the appropriate section. And if I wanted to, I can certainly add to a project like, let's say, Noah Castillo's onboarding. And what I love about this is if I click here, it'll bring me to Noah Castillo's onboarding project. And if I scroll around a little bit, check it out. Remind Julia about new hire IT ticket is right here. And notice it's not underneath any section because I set the section for my tasks view, which was exclusive to me. If I want to section this, I can certainly click and drag to any of the sections I feel it's applicable for. In this case, I'll click down to IT. And if I go back to my tasks, you'll notice it's in the same exact spot. It hasn't moved. This is a very nice way to home your task in kind of multiple views, one in your My Tasks view and of course across any project. And that's how we create and assign tasks in Asana. For more Asana Cube tutorials, head over to dtechcube.com and visit our Cube tutorials page to learn more.